And with only a day until Election Day, you only have a day left to make up your mind before heading to the polls to cast your vote. Ahead of the primaries, we sent out crews with our listening lab to find out what issues you care about the most.
With records broken this election cycle during early voting, Fariha Abrar talked with people to find out what's on the mind of Central Georgians before Election Day. Fariha?
In the heart of Central Georgia, I wanted to listen to what you're concerned about, and here's what you told me. Over some cups of joe at Famous Mike's.
Would y'all like a little more coffee?
We sat down to listen.
Yes, please.
To your concerns this election season.
Thank you so much.
Danny Aiken from Macon calls himself a fierce independent.
I'm not real happy about any of my choices, but I'll end up choosing who I think is probably going to actually benefit everybody.
But he says he made a decision and voted early. Other folks like Jim McClendon are making a plan to vote on Election Day per tradition.
I do like Trump's policies for the most part. I'm not a big fan of his on a personal basis, but he does get things done.
I was honored to vote on the first day of early voting for Kamala Harris.
Sitting beside her mom and business partner, Gloria Sase, Andrea Cook shared what's on her mind.
There's a lot of conversation around what it means to be pro-choice and pro-life. And I'm a mother of 8, and I made a choice to birth all of my kids. Any other woman should have the right to do whatever she wants to with her body.
Folks like Robbie Fountain and Jeff Wagenis are concerned over the economy and inflation. As a nurse, Wagenis is also concerned over health care and elder care.
You're at home and you're ailing and it just compounds and it gets worse and it gets worse. And there's just really not much avenue for them.
A few tables away,
We don't like any of them.
are the Loudons,
We're both Republicans,
who made up their minds.
but we would never vote for that man. We're very moderate Republicans.
But the presidential election isn't the only thing folks are thinking about in Central Georgia.
But they ain't stopped the teenagers killing other teenagers.
Violence and homelessness are on the minds of these folks too.
So I was raised as a conservative. If you had asked me this question when I was 17 years old, I would have voted for George Bush. Not these days, not these days. My daughter's rights, their freedoms are very, very important to me.
This is not about voting for George Bush, Al Gore. This is about voting for democracy. So that's what we're concerned about.
You can find our election voting guide on 13WMAZ.com. There you can also find our stories about verifying the vote.